Hello, and welcome to the 10-minute adult home study. So in this video today, I'm going to look at the sequence of the alphabet, and I'm only using the alphabet name for how it sounds. So how it sounds today is the long sound, or we sometimes call it the name of the alphabet. So we're going to follow the study at home to think about how it looks, how it sounds, how you say it, write it down. Are you ready? First of all, make sure that you do have a picture of the whole alphabet. So today we're going to be looking at individual letters. It's very important to have that picture there, or to write the whole of the alphabet down at the top of your page when you're learning the alphabet, because that's going to be a really good reminder for you as we work. So starting with A, I'm just going to get my board. We're looking at how do you form the A. So I'm going to use a board and a pen to show you how those arrows work, but we're looking at how do we form the letter. So using the numbers 1, 2, 3, we're going to follow it. So we start with 1 at the top and we bring that line down as diagonal. Then we take our pen off. We go back to the top. We bring our pen down as a diagonal, take our pen off, and then for number 3, we go from left to right in the middle to create our A. And I'm sure your A looks better than my A because I'm not writing it in front of me. I'm actually facing that to you. The most important thing when you write the A is that there are 3 sections. 1, take your pen off, top. 1, take your pen off, and then go to the left to make that line in the middle. The reason we go to the left to make that line in the middle is because we read from left to right if we're reading English, and that's really good practice for your hand-eye coordination of thinking left to right. So that's A. And next we have B. So I've got my pen ready. Have you got a paper and pen ready? Good. So for B, I'm starting at the top, number 1, bringing my pen down to follow that arrow. Then I'm taking my pen off. I'm going back to the top where number 2 is, and then I'm doing a round bit going back to my line to number 3, and then another bit going round to join the letter together to make a capital B. So that's the letter B. Our next letter is C. So this is how it looks. The sound is the long sound of the letter, its name, and that's how you say it, C, when you're looking at the letter on its own. And I can see I've only got 1 point there, so I'm going to put my pen here so that it's on the right part of my paper, and then I'm going to quickly bring the pen down and round. It's almost like writing a letter O, but just over halfway. So after C, we say the letter D because we're looking at the sequence in the alphabet. Now for D, we have 2 parts of writing it down. So remember, when you're looking at it, look at the numbers for where do you take your pen off. So for D, we start at 1 and we come down, take our pen off, go back to the top, and then we have to have that semicircle, that shape there that joins that letter up. So that's our letter D. Are you getting the hang of it now? So looking at what the numbers are, and making sure that we follow that number. Some of the letters have more numbers than others. So look at E. We've got 4 points of writing. So we have to start at number 1, go down, take our pen off, go back to the top where number 2 is, do a cross like the arrow, take the pen off, go to number 3, which is the middle of that line, and do your line across, and then take your pen off, and then go to number 4, which is the end of your first line, and do that letter across, and you have a letter E. So remember how it looks, how it sounds. We're using the long sound, the letter name, and how you say it, E, and write it down. So for F, that looks a little bit to me like when I did that E, but the bottom bit's missing, so I wonder if the numbers are the same. Let's look. So first of all, pen on for number 1, do a line going down, take the pen off, go to the top, do a line going across for number 2, take the pen off, go to the middle of the line, and do your third section there. Yes, that does. If I put an end bit there, that would be an E, wouldn't it? So remember the F, it only has 3 points of contact there. So get that writing correct in terms of the number of times you have to take your pen off the paper. So how many times do you think we have to take the pen off the paper for G? Because that's our next letter, G. Well, I can see 1, and then a 2. Now, do you know sometimes people just do G as a whole, and that's fine if that works for you. So you might just do round and then come up, do that like that. That's 1. That's not a very good G compared to the G on there. What they're really asking you to do when you're thinking about letter formation is start at the top, come round in the curve, and then you're going up a little bit, and you take your pen off to go to the middle and make that line. It doesn't really matter for the G which way you write it, as long as it looks like this G here. So after G we have the letter H. I quite like this letter because it reminds me of a ladder. So for the ladder, you're going to number 1, bring the line down, take your pen off. This is really interesting because you're not doing that middle bit first. So go to number 1, draw the line down, take your pen off, go to parallel, so along there so it's at the same height. For number 2, do your pen down, take your pen off, and then go to the left for number 3 and create your middle section. Remember, we work from the left to right when we're drawing our letters because we read from left to right for English. So that's H. I. Oh, yes, I really love I because this has only got 1 number, hasn't it? So all I've got to do is start at the top and go down, and there's my I. And you know, I very often put a top bit and a bottom bit for the I so that it can be shown as a capital. So that's I. J. J reminds me of the handle part of an umbrella, and you start at the top and then you come down and your pen is still on the paper as you do that hook at the bottom, letter J. And for K, we start at number 1, we come down, we take our pen off, we go to the section, you can see there that it's on the same height for number 2. We bring our pen to the middle, take our pen off, and then do number 3 down. Now, I very often do number 2 and 3 together. So I do 1 going down, take my pen off, go up for number 2, come down to the middle, and then do the leg. without taking my pen off. It doesn't matter as long as you're thinking about how do you form the letter, what does what is the letter name or long sound, and how do you write it down so it looks like this letter K here. And now we have the letter L, and for L you're starting at the top, going down, and then taking your pen off if you want to do that line at the bottom because we're just practicing. So when I write the L, I start at the top for number 1, I come down to number 2, I haven't taken my pen off, and I move across from left to right to make that last bit of the L. So do what's right for you in terms of the numbers and taking your pen off there. What about M? Now M has 1, 2, 3, 4 points. So let's think about how we would write it. Start at the top for number 1, come down to the bottom. Have to take your pen off, don't you? To go back to the top where number 2 is and bring it down in the middle. You might not need to take your pen off at that point, but do if you're practicing the letters and you want to get them a little bit more perfect than when we fully write. And so from number 3 go up to number 4 and then down to the bottom. So you could do this with taking your pen off, or you could do this in one go, because you could start at 1, go down, take your pen off once, go up to number 2, come down, go up, come down. So practice what's right for you. And now we have the letter N. So that's the name of the letter, the long sound. And we have 3 points there. So start at the top, down to the bottom, then you have to take your pen off, go back to the top where the number 2 is, bring it down in diagonal. And I don't take my pen off there, I just go straight back up. But you could, if you wanted to, do 1, down, pen off, go to number 2, down to number 3, pen off, back to number 3 and go up. Because remembering, this is our first practice of writing the letters, and it may be more useful for you to take your pen off in the way that I looked at the previous letters, just to help you remember the formation of the letter itself. And then once you've done that, you can practice writing the letters without having to take your pen off at each stage, unless it's needed. So then we have the letter O. Oh, isn't that lovely? We're just starting at 1 and going round. So that's very easy for you, and I like the way that you write your O's. But what about P? P is a letter where you have to take your pen off at least once, because you start at the top, go to the bottom, take your pen off, go back to the top where your line is, and then bring it round. So you do have to take your pen off to have a really nice P there. And what about Q? Well, do you know, one of my learners said, that's really like an O with a stick in it. It is. So start at number 1, come all the way round, take your pen off, come down to the bottom of what is formed as an O, and then make that line to create your Q. And when you're looking at R, so this is the letter R, then we do have to take our pen off at least once. When you're going from 2 across down to 3, you might do it all in one go. You can, if you want to, do it 1 down, pen off, top for 2, round to the middle, pen off, and 3 to 4, because you're really practicing in how to do it. But in writing an R, you will see a lot of people will just do the first stroke, take the pen off, go to the top, and then create that R shape without stopping. And what about the letter S? This is much easier for you because it's really just start at the top and then wiggle your way down so that your letter looks like this letter, S. T. So for T, it's really thinking about which way do you write it. So the best way is to start at the top and do a line, take your pen off, then go to the left to create that top line across. And remember, the reason that we're actually writing our letters from the left to right order in that way It's because we read left to right in English, and that helps our hand-eye coordination and the way we think to process in the same way that we read. For a U, we like to start on the left-hand side, take the pen down, make a bend, and come back up to the top. So have practice with that, because I think you'd be quite good with a U. And V, yes, we practiced V, because we have to get that shape where it looks like this. We don't want it looking like that. That's too narrow. We don't like it looking like that. We've actually got to get two lines that look like this. So start at the top, come down. If you're practicing, first of all, you can take your pen off, then go to number 2 and move that line back up. And eventually, when you've practiced the V for a while, you will get that lovely V stroke. But you do have to, like this V here, have that section in the middle. Don't do your V that close. Do it like that. That's lovely. And when we talked about W, we said, well, really, that's like two V's put together in the sense of going down, up, down, up. So practice the V shape first, so you can see that first formation of the letter is a V, and then practice to do that again, and you have the letter W. X is lovely because really it's this one line, pen off, one line. And we're practicing the letters with the numbers going down to show you the correct way to write it. And once you know that and you've got those letters firm in your mind, you can start thinking about how you write the letters. So the letter Y, again, down on the diagonal, but so I've seen some people go down on the diagonal and then go down, take the pen off and then make the next stroke. And that's fine if that's the way you write. But the way that's suggested here is to start at the top for number 1, go to the middle, and then go back up like you've got that V shape, and then go back to the middle and go down. I don't think it really matters for this letter, really look at which way would you write it, but it is much simpler to do this. Some people do one line down, pen off, go up to number 2, down and down, and that's what I do. So that one down, pen off, go back to the top, down and down. So don't take my pen off between number 2 and 3. And finally the letter Z. Well, the letter Z you're pretty good at. So we start at number 1, we go across, and then we come down in the diagonal, and then we go across. And I think that's quite a lovely shape to be able to do in one go without taking that pen off. So remember, we're looking at how it looks, how it sounds, say it, write it down. And for this video, we just looked at the sequence of the alphabet and how we should form those letters because you're practicing on writing the letters. And once you have formed those letters in that way, you can practice writing it the way you want to, the way that works for you. You don't have to follow the numbers, take your pen off. You might find, well, I can do that letter easily with only taking my pen off once, and that's great. So, good practice today, 10 minutes every day, and your next video will be looking at the short sounds of these alphabet letters. Did you hear there? We almost couldn't get that word alphabet out. So we're practicing the alphabet letters. So get ready for your next video. Bye now.